I gotta ask, I know this might sound like a crazy question, but we saw the Papoose tattoo, so I gotta ask, is there a quote tattoo? I gotta ask.
Stay tuned.
Uh-oh, stay tuned. That's what's up.
Stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the prize, man.
That's what's up.
I want to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again.
Y'all must don't like her confidence and the fact that she's with Pat, because the level of hate y'all give to this woman is crazy.
Welcome back to StarHush, where tea spills fast and the drama hits harder than a heavyweight punch. And today, we've got a story that's got everybody doing a double take, because it's not just about boxing titles anymore. It's about tattoos, mystery names, and a whole lot of questions. So listen, Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champ, stepped up for her official weigh-in ahead of a huge fight tomorrow. She pulled up looking flawless, rocking what looked like a custom-designed Gucci-inspired bodysuit or swimsuit, tight, sleek, and clearly made to turn heads. But what really had everybody locked in wasn't the fashion. It was the ink. Right underneath her chest, just barely visible under the edge of her top, fans spotted a tattoo that looked like it said, Papoose. Yes, that Papoose. And the wildest part, it seemed like she wanted people to see it. Claressa moved in a way that gave the cameras a perfect angle, like she was proudly showing it off. Now, whether that was intentional or just a confident strut, the internet clocked it immediately.
So the beef with Clarence, whatever Remy Ma called her, let me tell y'all something. I would chew rocks and swallow them before I would ever speak publicly about a man that is still married that has yet to sign divorce papers that's been filed for months. I would eat literal cow manure before I would go on somebody's app saying I'm about to have a family with this married man that got kids my freaking age. This girl is delusional. And quite frankly, it's really embarrassing because it's like Remy Ma read her. Like, she's like, I've known this man since you were 10 years old. Since you were 10 years old, she's known this man. She's been married to that man since she was 13. Like, honey, get out the chat. Get in the ring. Get out the fit. Because dating ain't working for her. Because I feel like nobody was talking to Claressa, whatever her name is. No man that we know of was interested in that woman. And now she got somebody interested in her, and it just happens to be Papoose. And, you know, this whole thing that Papoose is this, Papoose is that, whatever. I don't care about Papoose. All I know is that he, quote-unquote, held Remy Ma down while she was in prison, even though he was probably cheating. Because most men cheat. 9 times out of 10, they not gonna hold you down, but whatever. Like, that's the narrative they like to put out there. But all I gotta say is, Claressa, baby, get in the ring and get out the dating field, because you get your tail whooped out there in them comments. Baby, that's embarrassing.
People started asking, wait, does she have Papoose's name tatted on her body? And you already know that name is tied to some heavy relationship history. So now fans are wondering, is this just a fan tribute, a personal message, or something deeper we don't know about? And this isn't just regular boxing promo, this is next level attention grabbing. You could feel the energy shift the moment the video hit social media. Everyone started speculating. Is this about loyalty? Is it love? Is it shade? We don't know, but one thing's for sure. Claressa knows exactly how to keep the spotlight on her before a big night. Now I do have the clip ready to show you, but don't worry, I'll blur the area out for privacy. That said, I am going to zoom in so you can clearly see what everyone's talking about, and trust, it's worth a closer look. Because this whole moment might just be more headline-worthy than the actual match.
Caesar's Arena.
All right, now, let's get into this zoomed-in madness, because yes, I've got the close-up of that tattoo, and it's even more unbelievable when you really take a look. Now I had to do the most to keep this footage within YouTube's strict guidelines, so I zoomed in as much as possible and blurred what needed to be blurred. But even with all that, you can still make out what it says. Right there, tucked underneath Claressa's chest, clear as day, Papoose. Not a nickname, not a cute symbol, his actual name. And let me just say, there are pics out there floating around that give away clearer view than what I can show here. But if you've seen those, then you already know she wasn't hiding anything. That ink is front and center.
You know, I'm gonna play the internet games. We trying to stay viral and sell out. I had to give them a little peek.
A little sneak peek.
Yeah, but been had it.
Now I gotta ask, what is really going on here? Because this ain't your usual celebrity ink. This is bold, personal, and very telling. She didn't get it hidden somewhere private like her ankle or back. She put it somewhere that says, "This man matters to me a lot." And based on how Claressa's been moving, whoa, you can't tell her nothing about this man. She's acting like he hung the moon. She's glowing, she's posting, she's stepping out like she's on top of the world. And now the tattoo just makes it all make sense. This ain't casual. This is deep, locked in, and maybe even a little chaotic. Some folks are already whispering, is she doing too much? Others are asking, wait, is this the same Papoose that was with Remy Ma? And that's when the whole story starts to twist, because now people are wondering if there's way more to this than just admiration. But here's what really has people shook. It feels like Claressa is in this real heavy, like this is her first time feeling this kind of love, and it's got her acting brand new. She's got that look of someone who's all in, no hesitation. And don't worry, I'm about to give you all the background, because once you hear what's been going on behind the scenes, it'll make this tattoo moment look like just the beginning.
Nah, fuck that, I'ma just say it. I think a lot of y'all women, y'all just mad because y'all got y'all man took before. That's why y'all don't like Claressa Shields. Y'all must don't like her confidence and the fact that she's with Pat. Because the level of hate y'all give to this woman is crazy. After all her accomplishments and where she came from. She came from Flint, Michigan. I'm from Detroit. She came from Flint, Michigan. Nothing there. Like, from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I don't know how many different weight divisions. This woman is a champion. And things went south with Rem and Pap, and then they linked.
Let's rewind and talk about how this whole situation even started, because the way Claressa and Papoose linked up has folks scratching their heads and raising eyebrows. So picture it, summer 2024, energy high, fight night in full swing, and that's when Papoose makes his move. He walks up to Claressa at the event, real smooth, gives her a respectful handshake, and tells her straight up, he's a fan of her work. That moment right there kicked off what turned into a real messy chain of events. Claressa, clearly intrigued, invited him to her upcoming fight in Detroit. But she didn't stop there. She followed it up by sliding into his DMs to send over some VIP passes. Front row seats, exclusive access, the whole thing. And from that moment on, their connection started gaining steam, fast. Now here's where the situation turns from cute to complicated. See, Papoose is still legally married to none other than Remy Ma. Yep, that's right. Even though they've been living separate lives, the paperwork still says husband and wife. And even though the relationship is cold, the drama, it's still heating up. You might remember how everything blew up in 2023 when whispers turned into loud chatter that Remy had been getting close to another rapper, Easy the Block Captain. That situation turned heads in the industry fast. Once word got back to Papoose, he wasted no time. He didn't issue a statement, didn't go on a podcast. He let Instagram do the talking. He wiped every single photo of Remy off his page. Gone, just like that. And ever since that social media cleanse, the vibe between them has been tense, to say the least. Fans noticed that they haven't appeared together publicly, no shout-outs, no birthday posts, no anniversary tributes, nothing. It's like they hit pause and never hit play again. So now, with Papoose showing up for Claressa, smiling in pictures, being supportive, and even making headlines alongside her, it's no wonder people are connecting the dots and calling this whole thing ironic. Because while his old chapter with Remy Ma seems closed emotionally, it's still open legally.
Wait. You have grown-ass women on this app who are making Remy out to be the victim now. See, I know what it is. I just thought about it. Y'all know Claressa Shields is fucking elite. Y'all know she's a savage with those hands. She'll put them paws on anybody. So now, y'all want to say Claressa the problem. Because y'all know she'll put Remy in something serious. She'll put Remy in something serious. So y'all know Claressa would do Remy dirty. So now Remy got to be the victim to her own shenanigans. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. When Pap found out about Easy to Block, Pap went put his paws on Easy to Block. Ain't nobody had to say nothing about that. When Pap found out about Easy, Pap went put his paws on Easy. Snuffed him, shut him up, punched him down. Whatever they say, however, whatever terminology you want to use, he did it. He came with it. But now that Remy done laid up there and came at Pap and Claressa, and now that they both clap back, and Claressa still clapping without even clapping, Claressa the problem. Claressa the fucking problem. Bro, these motherfuckers is really making think pieces and getting thousands of likes, basically saying that Claressa is the problem. Y'all trying to break up them people happy home, bro. Y'all don't want to see nobody happy. Y'all see that woman over there glowing. She the champ. She floating. She's successful. She doing her thing. And y'all mad that she got the good guy and Remy can't get him back.
Let's get into what went down next, because this love triangle, or maybe square, just keeps getting messier. So here's the scoop. Remy Ma and Easy the Block Captain actually kept their thing going for a while. They weren't just a quick rebound situation. From late 2023 all the way through 2024, those two were popping up together more than a few times, and folks really thought it was turning into something serious. But fast forward to this year, and that spark, it completely fizzled out. Their connection just didn't stick, and they've quietly gone their separate ways. No public fallouts, just silence. And in this world, silence says a lot. Now here comes the real twist. While Remy's situationship was cooling off, Papoose was busy heating things up with Claressa Shields. And when I tell you Claressa is all the way in, this woman is showing love like it's her first time ever being in a relationship. She is going above and beyond, talking about how Papoose makes her feel safe, supported, and seen in a way nobody else has before. Claressa is out here posting about how this man is her peace, her partner, her everything. She calls him her best friend and says the energy he brings into her life is completely different from anything she's ever experienced. According to her, this isn't just love, it's next level. But let's not forget the tension underneath all this romance. Claressa and Remy Ma, they've had words before. These two women have a history and it's not pretty. There's no sisterhood, no love lost, just straight up animosity. They do not see it for each other. That's what makes the situation even more intense. Because now, Claressa isn't just dating someone's ex. She's involved with the same man Remy Ma still legally calls her husband. And about that legal situation, Papoose has allegedly been trying to untangle himself from that marriage for years. Word is, he's called Remy a narcissist and told close circles that she made things way harder than they needed to be when it came to ending things officially. No paperwork filed, no closure in sight, just tension and delays.
What is it about him that made you fall in love?
The way that Papoose speaks, he's a very nice guy. Very, very nice, very, very humble, very knowledgeable. We all know he can rap, okay? And yeah, he can rap, like seriously, really good. And he's just very supportive.
But wait, this isn't where the story ends. Claressa is taking it to an even deeper level, and it's got the internet buzzing. Word on the street is she's telling close friends and fans that she and Papoose are ready to start a family. Yes, you heard that right. She's not just playing house, she's planning a whole future. And it includes little ones running around. She's been hinting in interviews, lives, and even backstage moments that she's ready to settle down for real, for real. Claressa said she's always wanted a strong partner by her side before taking that next step, and now that she's got Papoose, she feels like the time is right. According to insiders, they've even started looking at timelines and talking baby names.
I want to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again.
Now here's where the whole situation takes a sharp turn, because despite all these big plans and sweet talk about babies and forever love, let's not forget one major fact. Papoose is still legally married to Remy Ma. Yes, that part. This man is out here building a brand new love story, and he hasn't even turned the page on the last chapter. Let's keep it all the way real for a second. Papoose and Remy have been tied together for over 2 decades, 21 years to be exact, and not just dating either. They officially said, "I do," back in 2008, and through thick and thin, even during Remy's time behind bars, Papoose stood right there. That kind of history doesn't just disappear overnight. Now, both of them have been tossing the blame around. Papoose says Remy's dragging her feet, and Remy says he's the one not signing papers. But at the end of the day, no matter who's stalling, the papers haven't been filed. And that means everything Claressa's talking about, babies, building a legacy, planning the future, is still sitting on shaky ground. People close to the situation are saying Claressa's hoping he'll finalize it soon, but from the outside looking in, it's giving unfinished business. That's 21 years of marriage, memories, ups and downs, and loyalty. Not something you just walk away from with no strings attached. So before Claressa starts buying baby clothes or picking out nursery colors, step one is clear. That man needs to officially, legally close that previous chapter. Until that happens, everything else is just talk. Because no matter how in love she is or how serious he sounds, if there's still a wife on paper, the foundation is messy.
Yeah. So Claressa out here planning to have a baby with Papa the next year. Guess her and Pap definitely talked about it. I get her with the age she had. She's about ready to have a family and settle down, other than instead of being in the field with the boxing thing. So I get where she's coming from. But is Pap even divorced? Are you making plans with a man that ain't divorced? All I can say is Pap better come through with them promises. Better not be no broken promises. Because did you see her fist? That good fist bigger than both of Pap fists put together. All I can say is, Pap, just run. Get on out of Dodge, Pap. That's all I can say. If any one of them promises is broken, all I can tell you to do is get on out of Dodge. Get on out of Dodge, my boy. That's all I can tell you. But, hey, maybe he ready to have some babies. I don't know. Maybe he ready to have some babies. I'm hoping he is. Because, Pap, nobody can't help you. We won't be able to help you. That's all I can say. But anyway, y'all tuning in to the fight.
Let's be real for a second. How can you be out here making major life plans, talking about babies and forever love, when the man you're building all that with still got a whole wife on paper? It's wild. Claressa is out here glowing, calling him her best friend, ready to build a legacy with this man, but the divorce? Still pending. And of course, Papoose is probably telling her that Remy's the one dragging her feet. She won't sign the papers. She's holding it up. I've been trying. You know the lines. Anybody who's ever watched a long-term relationship break down knows exactly how that back-and-forth blame game plays out, especially when there's over 20 years of history tied up between two people. That kind of emotional investment doesn't vanish just because someone new came around. But let me say this straight up, and I'm saying it with full confidence. If Papoose ends up walking away from Claressa, it's gonna hit her hard, like real hard, especially if he pulls a full circle move and gets back with Remy. If those two reconcile, after all this mess and all these years, Claressa might not be ready for that kind of twist. And from the way she's been acting, getting tattoos, saying he's her everything, it really seems like she's never had this level of attention before. She's moving like this man gave her the sun and the moon, and it's sweet, yeah, but also risky. Because when one person falls way harder than the other, that breakup crash is no joke. Folks close to Claressa have even noticed she's been all in emotionally, like there's no plan B. And that's dangerous when the man you're building your whole next chapter around is still technically tied to someone else.
Does Claressa Shields know that Papoose is married? I mean, I'm not trying to tussle because I know my girl like to do her 1-2-1-2. But she's on podcast talking about having babies next year with a married man. And it's concerning. Like, I feel like Remy is somewhere rubbing her fuzzy socks together, cackling, because I would. If I was still his wife, I would be cackling. What's there not to cackle about? If she called him right now, Papoose is going back home. And you know, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because I feel like this is the first man that, you know what I'm saying, that made her feel like she was somebody. She was that girl. And I feel that, except it's still somebody else's man. And then she was talking about fighting Layla Ali as if this lady is about to collect her AARP mail in about 10 years or so. And I'm just like, girl, get somewhere and sit down. Okay, Claressa Jean, sit down. Maybe she just needs a hug. Not from Papoose, though. He's supposed to be hugging somebody else. Bye.
And if all this turns out to be real, whoo! Papoose better move smart, because if things ever go sideways, Claressa is not the one to play with. Let's not forget she's a world champion with hands certified by the entire boxing community. If he slips up, he and Remy might need to book a safe getaway, because Claressa looks like she's riding hard for this man. She's got that energy that says, you leave me and everything gonna shake. But here's where it gets even more wild. Claressa is 30 years old. 30. Not 19, not 21. So when she out here tattooing a man's name under her chest like it's her first crush from homeroom, that's got people talking. At this stage in life, you'd think she'd be making moves with more caution, especially with someone who still has legal ties to a long-term partner. It's giving all in with no seatbelt. Now maybe this is real love, maybe they're soulmates and gonna ride off into the sunset, or maybe, just maybe, this whole thing is a rebound with a short expiration date, and once the dust settles, Papoose and Remy might find their way back to each other. You know how those long-time connections work. Feelings don't fade just because the vibe shifted. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Claressa and Papoose are in this for the long run? Or is this just a temporary spark that's burning fast? Is she moving too fast? Is he playing it smart or just going with the flow? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, because you know I'm reading everything. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're vibing with the tea, and make sure to subscribe for all the latest drama, deep dives, and celebrity breakdowns. Tap that bell so you don't miss a single drop. This has been your girl right here on StarHush. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next one, my stars and hushers.